Susan Smith wants to know, I'd love to know if your girls are into paper crafting as well. Do they ever give you ideas for stamp sets that might be applicable to teens, college themes, music themes, etc.? Have they been instrumental in the design of any of my current sets? You love seeing them at the class. Thank you. And they are really, well, did you see much of Katie? I think she came upstairs and slept most of the time. They are lovely girls, and I'm sure you're very proud of them. I am very proud of them. Thank you so much. They are sweetie pies. Katie travels with us to almost every show that we go to, and she does the cash register. She's almost 15. By the time you see this, she'll probably be 15 because she turns 15, I think, next week. And she's really good at explaining the club to people and getting people to sign up for the club and getting them excited about the club. And Kirsten actually works here in our factory here at the warehouse, helping to make the stamps. So Kirsten kind of runs the background doings of all of the manufacturing process, and Katie does help us when we travel, which is really nice, because I know if Kirsten's at the warehouse and I'm working from my home office, it's really nice to know that there's a family member there. I know everything's being taken care of. Our employees are wonderful, though. I mean, they take care of what needs to be done, and I don't have to be on top of them. Kirsten doesn't have to be on top of them. So it's really nice to be a family family owned and operated business, because we really keep everything in check. So it's really nice. But do they ever paper craft? No, they don't. I know, it's disgusting. It breaks my heart. When Kirsten was 5, I had her do her own scrapbook pages, and I made her journal, and she didn't like that, so she quit. So I'm very sad. They do not paper craft at all. Every once in a while, Kirsten will stamp to test stamps, but she doesn't stamp for fun. Sadly, breaks my heart. But my mom doesn't do any of it either. So it skips a generation in my family. My grandmother was a very huge crafter, so I got everything from her and my Aunt Gail. So they are huge crafters. My kids and my mom, not so much, sadly. Okay, let's see. Linda says, I finally treated myself to the fancy label framelets. Yay, love them. And stamps and matching dies. Yes, you'll love those. And had so much fun with them using the Happy Mother's Day this year. Are you planning any more matching sets with sentiments or adding more matching words for the current dies? Yes, is the short answer. We do have the balloons to cut, so those have dies with matching stamps. Those are sold together. I do have another set coming up in I don't know what month. I have to schedule everything. So I don't know what month that'll be, similar to the balloons to cut, where they have dies and stamps and they're sold together. But we are absolutely planning more dies with stamps that match. We have tons in the works and more coming out constantly. And as you know, on the 20th of each month, we release our own exclusive dies on the Stamps of Life website that you can only purchase at the Stamps of Life, which is very exciting because they are created and manufactured by Sizzix. By Susan Trapp, is there a plan for fruit and veggie stamps? There is a plan, however, it's not in the next 6 weeks to 8 weeks plan. That's all already planned out, but eventually, yes, we absolutely will have those soon. And I feel like I missed one really quick because, yes, because Summer had it. This kind of goes back to a Summer's question. She said, for when the stamps are produced, she said, are August sets already off the production line, or are they still in the design phase? Well, right now it's May, and I don't know when you're going to be seeing this video. Right now it's May, and are August done? Ha ha ha, no. Are July done? Hang on, let me think. Okay, it's May. The June stamps are all done and ready. July's are on the machine now. I'm finishing up one stamp set because I wanted to tweak it a little. The other 3 from July are on the machine. Most of them are on the machine. The club set is on the machine. One of the ones is not on the machine yet, but the negative is made. So I'm just finishing up one stamp set for the negative to be made to be put on the machines. So July's not even finished yet. Now I do know the themes for the next couple months for all 4 stamp sets, but I don't necessarily have all of the artwork done. That's another perk of having your own machines downstairs, is that I'm able to be at the last minute because with all the travel I try to catch up, and then I'm gone for 3 weeks, and so then I try to catch up, and then I'm gone for a week or 2 or whatever. So it really helps to have your own machinery. And when I say downstairs, I'm just to give you an idea of what's going on here. Our classroom and our mini store are downstairs in the office part, and then I'm upstairs in one of the offices, and this is our studio. So I don't really usually create in this room. This is mostly just our video studio. And Ken's gonna kill me, this video is way too long. But so this is the studio, and then when I say downstairs, I mean down that way in the warehouse, because the warehouse is behind us. So we have 8,000 square feet, and that's where we do all of our magic. So that's where our shipping is for the Stamps of Life, and our manufacturing for all the other stamps and our stamps, and that's how we do it. So Anne's question is, your hubby takes great pictures. You're right, he does. He's really good. Of cards that really show off their colors and details. Any tips for an amateur on how to photograph for the gallery would be appreciated. Love your stamps. Well, thank you, Anne. Kenny is an incredible photographer, and once he took over all the photography, I was so excited because he does an awesome job. Well, he has a really fancy-wancy camera, so that's tip number one, fancy-wancy camera. And he has a fancy-wancy lens, number two. And then he uses mostly, Kenny, you don't use any light except window light, right? Yeah. Yeah, so he only uses natural light, so no fancy lights like I have here. I have 3 huge monster lights on me right now. No, he only uses natural light, which will really help. By the window, so make sure you're by the window. And you always want to shoot when I used to be a photographer, so you always want to shoot straight on. So he photographs everything on a table, and when he photographs, he's literally down here taking the photo. So I hope you can still see me, but he's down here taking the photo straight on like this, and he always has a nice backdrop right here. And you just want to really make sure you zoom in. And when he uses his fancy-wancy camera, he's also able to change the f-stop and the shutter speed to make sure that he's getting the card and not the background. So the background is usually a little blurred, and it's always good to add a couple little, so he'll add a little, little doo-doo-doo there, or a little, embellishment off to the side. But you'll just want to make sure you zoom in and use natural light and kind of go at different angles. Kenny loves to do different angles, and just practice. And even you can even do great photos on a regular point and shoot camera. You just want to make sure that you're straight onto the card. You don't want to shoot down or shoot up. Shoot straight on. Make sure you're using lots of natural light. So you never want to photograph like at night. Every once in a while I try to do that because I'm desperate for the blog. But you always want to use natural light from a window, and you always want the window light to be on the side of you. So for example, if I was Kenny right now taking a picture, the card would be right here. Kenny would be right here. The window is over here. So it's a big, huge window right here. And it's just a little dinky table he takes pictures on. And then he's down on his knees and he's taking the picture from this angle. Or maybe he'll turn a little bit this way or turn a little bit this way. And keep in mind, he takes probably 15 pictures of one card. And then he puts them into the computer, and he uses Lightroom. That's a computer program. You can also use Photoshop or something free on the internet to kind of tweak those colors and kind of make sure that they look really good. And pick the best one. Never take just 1 or 2 pictures. Always take a whole bunch from different angles, and that way you can see which one you like the best. So I hope that helps, Anne. So thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Your Questions Answered. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.